Africa is abundant in resources, diversity, and it has the world's youngest population. It's those riches that make it inviting for outside influence as competition escalates among global powers. As a new American president is to be sworn in, African leaders are once again considering where they stand in the eyes of Washington.
So help me God.
President Joe Biden's Africa strategy has been described as being modern and strategic, but US influence on the continent has been waning in recent decades. Dr. Olajumoke Ayandele from New York University says America has been willing to offer assistance to nations when it's needed, but some African leaders feel it can come with strings attached.
And this reliance on you have to have human rights, you have to have good governance, they have seen it as a little bit patronizing versus, China, which is just business as usual.
For the past 24 years, business as usual has included the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act. AGOA provides sub-Saharan African countries with duty-free access to the US market, and last year US imports under AGOA totaled $9.7 billion US dollars. The legislation is up for renewal next year though, and its future could depend on how far an America First president focused on tariffs goes. Dr. Ayandele doesn't believe Donald Trump will put AGOA on the back burner, but says African leaders will be looking for an upgraded deal.
I think right now with the restructuring for AGOA, they want AGOA to enhance and boost Africa's manufacturing capabilities and tie it to value chain integration in sectors such as textiles and in electronics. So instead of exports being primary goods, more like finished goods, right?
In many parts of the continent, foreign powers have sought to provide military assistance, such as Russia's Wagner Group in Sudan and China's military base in Djibouti. Cameron Hudson from the Centre for Strategic and International Studies says that while the US maintains a presence in Africa, President-elect Donald Trump is likely to avoid involvement in any conflicts arising there.
I think that there's a very good likelihood that the Trump administration could say, Mali, if Burkina Faso want to work with Russia and drag Russia into a quagmire in those countries, well then, let them do that.
Experts we've spoken to say it's still unclear how Donald Trump will approach relationships in Africa once he takes office. But Hudson says there is one country likely to be more nervous than others.
Of all the African countries, South Africa probably comes out at greatest risk with
South Africa has filed a complaint with the International Court of Justice accusing Israel of genocide in the Gaza Strip. Trump's Republican Party is a staunch defender of Israel, and the support is likely to be voiced loudly at the United Nations.
I think that South Africa is going to be a principal target of U.S. concern at the UN, not just bilaterally.
The new administration will take office at a time of great volatility as world powers vie for influence, including in Africa, through trade, aid and security. Africa's leaders will now be waiting to see if Donald Trump will help uplift their people and economies, or if his foreign policy will be more focused on other areas. Mitch McCann, SABC News, New York.